Welcome back to NAS Entertainment Factory. Across the globe, penitentiary facilities are constantly being filled with criminals and tend to be heavily overcrowded. Due to that, it's not hard to misplace one of them if you catch my drift. Whilst the idea of a prison break may sound exhilarating to some, it can be extremely dangerous and leaves lifelong consequences. In today's video, we will meet some people whose desire for freedom left them no other choice but to escape prison. In today's top 5 insane prison escapes. Number 5. In 1995, somewhere in Copenhagen, 12 prisoners managed to escape from prison. I bet you're dying to know how. Well, they didn't dig no tunnel. They used a bulldozer and tore through the wall. 3 of the 12 were immediately apprehended, as well as the cameraman of this footage. Watch this. Number 4. The need for freedom had to be pretty great for David Estelle because he decided to concoct one of the most creative, yet cliché prison breaks ever. He had 2 accomplices, one who were distracting the guards while the other kept watch. When all was clear, he jumped through a tiny window and bolted to the parking lot before driving off with his accomplices. Would you have used the tiny window? Let us know.
That inmate on the phone, he's about to let a lot more than his fingers do the walking. The Arkansas man dives through the tiny window that leads to the jail waiting room, just ahead of a deputy who squeezes through and tries to catch him. It didn't work. This morning, a manhunt is underway for hardened criminal Derek Estelle.
If you see Mr. Estelle, don't take matters into your own hands. He should be considered very, very dangerous.
The 33-year-old convicted burglar was serving hard time in the state penitentiary and was just transferred to the county jail in Hot Springs for a court appearance on 26 new charges: aggravated robbery, burglary, and theft, to name a few.
An elaborate plan and totally unexpected.
See that man in the blue shirt? Police say the 58-year-old distracted the deputies on duty. He's now locked up. But this morning, police are still trying to find Estelle's girlfriend. She's accused of picking him up in a getaway car just after he outran that deputy. The couple ditched this minivan a few minutes later, and it turns out it's owned by the man who allegedly distracted those guards in the first place. An elaborate scheme to get out of the big house through an awfully small window.
Number 3. One would think if you're sentenced to 21 months for aggravated assault as well as Grand Theft Auto. You wouldn't necessarily try to escape, but John Patrick Hannon had no plans to stick around. He managed to escape from England's Barn prison in the same year of his incarceration. John had been dubbed the most successful fugitive in the world, as he had evaded authorities for over 60 years and would be very close to 90 years of age. Number 2. Sharon Kinney. She was one of the most remarkable criminals in US history. From a loving housewife, she turned into a cold-blooded killer who killed 3 people. Her first victim was her own husband, who she had brutally shot in the head. The second victim was the wife of a man Sharon was having an affair with, and the third was a Mexican-born citizen whom she had killed while in Mexico. On December 7, 1969, Sharon was not present for a routine 5 p.m. roll call at the Mexican prison where she was serving 13 years. She was, however, not reported missing until 2 a.m. the next morning. Authorities say that an unexpected blackout and lack of security was the cause for her escape. Sharon has managed to stay on the run for more than 40 years, leaving investigators baffled and everyone riddled with questions. We have finally made it to our number 1 on our video of top 5 most insane prison escapes. Number 1. A man named Robert Johnson had left his home in California to hitchhike to meet a friend who lived in Colorado. Michael Lucas picked Robert up and promised to take him to his friend's house. A little time passed before Michael decided to make sexual advances towards Robert. Upset by the blatant rejection, he grabs Robert, which leads to a physical confrontation, sending the car plummeting into a ditch. Michael pulls a gun, but Robert is able to grab the gun and fatally shoot him. He flees to Mexico to hide from police, but was found within a year. He was sentenced to 15 years. While in prison, he had found that Michael's family were trying to pay inmates to end his life, so he decided to concoct an escape plan. He managed to make friends with a guard who decided to help him because he was innocent. After fleeing, he changed his identity, got a new social security number, and led a pretty meaningful life until the past came to haunt him years later and ended up with him being arrested again and his time being increased. Crazy, right?
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you get notified about all our top 5 videos. Hope to see you soon.